So my guest tonight is a big fan of horror and survival games. We're gonna dive deep into more lore about his channel and what he plays mostly and what he's up to. He's one amazing human being and such a lovely streamer to watch. I'm happy to welcome D, or known as under his username Dthoma5, to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time.
Hello. Hello.
In this space, we're going to talk about everything from gaming to Twitch, 2023, plans for 2024. You're going to also know more about my guest, mental health topics. So just grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And the first question I always start with is, how are you doing today?
Before I answer that,
Yeah.
I have to say that was such a lovely introduction. I feel like I'm walking up on the stage to receive an award. That was very nice.
Please welcome to the stage.
But and then I'll just shyly scoot up there because all eyes on me is uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right this morning. I'm actually interestingly taking a mental health break
Okay.
today
That's good.
from streaming.
That's good.
And I'm going to go out to dinner tonight to like a Cuban place nearby.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm having a good day so far. There
Yeah.
were some things that I identified that I needed to sit with myself and think through.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good so far. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm doing okay as well. It's like my day off and I'm just like unwinding because like my work has been a total wreck fest lately. So I've been like covering more shifts. Sometimes I come back from work at like 9:30 p.m. Then I have a shift on at 6 a.m. in the next day. So yeah. But it's cool. I'm managing so far. But you've been streaming constantly lately, and it's nice to have like a day off, of course, like from the burnout, like so you won't
Right.
get a burnout. But also you've used Facecam for a while, but now you're using a PNG tuber. Why did the transition, or how did the transition happen?
Yeah, so I actually use both, and it really depends on how I'm feeling. And the PNG tuber actually came about while I was thinking about boundaries,
Yeah.
thinking about short. There's a certain expectation when you start streaming,
Yeah.
when you either do show your face or don't show your face or whatever you have, whether that be programming,
Yeah.
conversational topics, and a lot of the times, if you have a camera on, the level of interaction or the type of interaction kind of
Yeah.
depends on that in a way. So that came about because there were many times where, and last year
Yeah.
was my first full year streaming, where I did not want to stream, mostly because I do deal with issues of like self-view, self-image, self-esteem. And excuse me, my voice cracked.
It's fine.
And when thanks. And when I don't feel good, I don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
So
I understand that.
so-
Yeah.
yeah. So I decided to, in an effort to see if I truly did not want to stream or if I just felt too self-conscious to be perceived,
Yeah.
I made a PNG tuber for those days where I don't necessarily have the best self-view, but I also still want to have a space or be a part of the space that the community has been really good in helping me create. So
Yeah.
days where I'm sick, or let's say I just roll out of bed and I'm like, oh,
Under the
I'm
weather
late,
or
but
something. Yeah.
right, and I'm just like, all right, I guess it's a PNG tuber day.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
That
that's
also takes away some tension of being on camera, because I honestly dabbled or like tried PNG tubing one time, and it's so freeing, honestly. Like I was against it, but now I'm like, interesting, but also not my thing. But also no, it's very relieving,
yeah, it's so relieving. I actually, even though, and I'll say this, I noticed that when I'm not on camera, there are less people or kind of like chatty. Although it is really good, I find, for really cozy days or really cozy streams. Um, but yeah, I am able to just kind of
Yeah.
exist and
Yeah.
as a potato lump with the camera off and do whatever. I don't
Yeah.
like eating on camera, so I when I'm on camera, I typically don't eat or drink.
Yeah.
When I'm off camera, I'm eating and drinking because no one can see me.
Oh
So
yeah.
it does, and I'm not eating into the microphone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of freedom, and I
Yeah.
think that being self-conscious or have dealing with self-esteem issues, and everyone deals with that to
Yeah.
different degrees. It is such a burden that is lifted off of you when that's one less thing
Oh
and a
yeah.
one less huge thing that you have to think about,
Yeah.
especially when trying to entertain others and be engaging. And you don't want that thing to
Yeah.
kind of interrupt your train of thought or the energy.
Yeah.
So the days where I need it, I'm like, this is for the good of the community and for myself.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes people can like just think that you're not reading their chats if they don't see, for example, like you turning your head since you don't have your camera sometimes. Because I've encountered some streamers who were told like, "Oh, you're not reading my message. We can't see you read messages because you have a PNG tuber or something like." Uh, how do you respond to that if you've been told that, like, oh, you missed my message, oh, we can't see you move your face, oh, there's no interaction? Have you ever been told that?
So, interestingly enough, I yes and no. I'll say that the comments on the PNG tuber were more
Mixed.
when it was first introduced, and
So
people
mixed,
were
yeah.
saying, right, yeah, it was very mixed, and people were saying, "Well, we'd like seeing your face," and I was like, "Well, I don't really want to show my face right now." So
Yeah.
that's where the boundaries comment
Yeah,
from
yeah.
earlier came from. It's
Of
like, well,
course.
I understand you all want this, but I don't want this, and
Of
my
course.
experience is also very important.
Of course. Of course.
It's actually, even though as community builders, as content creators,
Yeah, yeah.
we're like, our community is extremely important, but it's also important to remember that we're just as important
Yeah.
as the people creating the space or doing the thing. So the conversation kind of changed from that to people kind of over time I've explained in different levels or different amounts where people mention things that this is how I'm comfortable today.
Yeah.
So and this is what I need to be comfortable and to stream. So
Yeah.
this is a compromise.
Yeah.
And now people kind of understand that I'm doing this because I want to be here and I want to try to figure out a way to be here even if I'm not feeling my best. So people are kind of understanding about that.
Of course.
Or
Of
very
course.
understanding, actually. I'll say I'm lucky.
So
With
yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna pivot to
It's
the
okay.
reading chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interestingly, I get more comments when I'm on camera about not reading chat than I do when I'm
Well,
I'm
yeah.
off
Yeah.
camera.
That's one thing we're gonna talk about, like in a like two questions or three from now. But like, there's a question I forgot to ask. Like, can you tell us about how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about your channel, please?
Yeah, sure. So I discovered Twitch, I would say 2 or 3 years ago at this point.
Pandemic
maybe
time?
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the pandemic, but specifically right before I moved away from my hometown of Chicago
Okay.
for a job. I moved to LA,
Yeah.
which I don't live in anymore because I quit that job earlier this year.
Okay.
But there's a YouTube channel that at that point was streaming on Twitch, and I was like, I don't know what Twitch is, but it seems like a nice way to get in direct contact with not necessarily even just like making friends with people, but just real time interaction, not
Yeah.
having like a
Yeah.
social media wall between people. And I was like, that sounds nice. So I joined Twitch because of that channel, and then that
Yeah.
channel stopped streaming on Twitch, which is kind of funny.
Funny enough, most of the channels do that, sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, join us, and then they were like, oh, by the way, like a couple months later, like, we're
Yeah,
done streaming on Twitch.
I've experienced this as well, because like the very first channel I was asked to be a mod on, that was back in 2022, like a year ago, like not a year ago, 2 years ago exactly today. I was like asked this question, and I was like, yeah, of course. Then in August of the same year, on August 16, they said it's like gonna be a while before they stream again, and then they just went off the radar ever since. And they didn't even say that they're going off the radar. It's very sketchy that they're
Just kind of
avoiding.
left.
Yeah, they're avoiding people on Twitch. Every time I try to like contact them on Instagram or something, they kind of like just cancel out. I don't know why some people do that. I mean, at least like give a warning or just tell them that like it's not my thing anymore.
Yeah. I think I was
Especially if
lucky
you
with
have,
this channel.
especially if you have like a thousand and even over 1,000 followers.
Yeah, that's because that's a lot of investment by
Yeah.
other people into you and your channel, and
Yeah.
to kind of leave. And you know, I would love to talk more about like the I guess the idea of friendships on
Yeah.
stream as well, especially
Yeah.
when the cord is so fragile in a lot of different ways, where it can just be snipped because of one person or the other. It's really easy. But I think with the channel that I followed on Twitch, through YouTube, they're more of like a media conglomerate type of thing. They
Okay.
they're very popular. So
Are they? Yeah, I
they
was
were
gonna ask. Are
upfront.
they like a big name? You can
Yeah,
say their name. I don't mind. You can say their name if you want to.
yeah. I won't say their name, but
Yeah,
but
because
they
I've said it before.
yeah
Because like the reason I'm on Twitch is because of like another big mogul of gaming, call me Kevin. He's Irish, and I got on Twitch because of him. Like I followed him, made my account in 2020. He doesn't do Twitch much anymore. He doesn't even stream on YouTube. He just does daily content, and like he's gotten me out of a lot of hardships because that's what Twitch is doing now. So
yeah, yeah, same here, and that's why I joined Twitch as well. I was
okay,
like, no, YouTube is great, but it's also a step removed, especially if it's not a live stream. Live streams are great, but at that time I wasn't really thinking about YouTube live streams. And this company, or this channel, I guess, because they are backed by a company, but
okay,
I don't think they were doing live streams, or at least I didn't see them. And when they ended, they were like, essentially, we're gonna just reprioritize YouTube and other channels. And this is, they were like, they counted down. They were like, our last few streams, blah blah blah. This is our last stream,
yeah,
blah blah blah. And then I just moved on to other channels. I found Patrick Static, which was my foray into the community that I'm a part of now. Through Patrick Static, I found the Swift Dude, and I found Papa J Dub, and I found one of my best friends, Excellent Flex, and
and left click to
yeah,
hit as well.
Left Click to Hit. Yep, you.
Such an amazing fella,
Yeah,
honestly.
Silly
Like he's been a
Sausage.
guest on my podcast before. Like he always mentions people he's around. He always mentions you a lot, gives you shout outs
Oh,
sometimes when you're not
yeah,
in his channel. Such an amazing dude. Yeah, like
yeah, he's awesome.
yeah, we never would think that one day we'd meet awesome people. But how does it affect
Yeah.
you, or like what's the impact of it?
Well, so I guess this ties in a little bit into my Twitch journey, because
Yeah.
I was just starting Twitch, or I was just, starting my Twitch journey, not even considering streaming, when I moved from Chicago to Los Angeles. And I was just essentially, for the lack of a better term, I was very lonely, and I was homesick, and I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was moving to a city that I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
And well, I knew like two people, but they were on the opposite side of the area, and they also had their own lives and things.
Yeah.
So essentially, I was moving there alone and without any contacts or connections, and a lot of my friends were back in Chicago, and we also, I think about this now and I'm okay with it, but we if we look at it, the friends that I had that I'm referring to, we were friends since high school. We've all changed and evolved. We don't really have too much in common anymore to just talk about on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find a place where I could just go there and enjoy people's conversation and not necessarily talk, but I ended up talking a lot and I made a lot of friends. So it was really for finding friends and being a community, or finding a community.
Yeah.
It's had a great impact on my mental health, and just finding my own value.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm still working on outside of the context of Twitch and also outside of the context of work,
Yeah. Yeah.
finding my own value. So
Yeah.
that's been the road that I've been on since joining
Yeah.
Twitch and finding friends who actually care.
And we know that Twitch, like you can create different usernames on Twitch, but why did you
Mhm.
choose, or where did the name Dthoma5 come from exactly? And is it actually like Thomas, as you told me, like to call you D, or does
Yeah.
it stand for something specific?
So I'm so creative that I that my name on Twitch is
Yeah.
actually the first part of my college email.
Yeah.
uh, so that I did not come up with that. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted it to be. So my college email address was DTHOMA5,
Okay.
and the 5 replaced the S. It just happened to work out that the 5 replaces an S when you
Yeah.
type like that. But that was an auto-generated name by my college, the college that I went to,
Interesting.
and I just used it.
Mm-hmm.
I just used it when I signed up for Twitch because I was like, no one's gonna really care who I am. I don't need to think about this.
Yeah, but sometimes
So,
people get confused. Like, do we call you D? Do we call you Toma? Do we call you Thomas? D Thomas?
Yeah.
5?
yeah, it's created a
Yeah.
lot of funny interactions, and also something that we do on my channel now, which we have an exclamation mark, or if you've ever rated in or been there when people have rated, I just rattle off the names that I remember that people have called me, because people say Dthoma, Dothma,
Yeah.
Dthoma, DT, Dthoma5.
I
There's so many different
yeah,
names.
I think I don't know if it's okay, but I think I do call you Thomas or Toma. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that's totally.
Yeah.
They're all canon. If you were to do, there's a specific command that lists off all of those names.
Okay. Yeah.
One of them is Charles, because someone called me Charles at work, which is not
Oh.
my name by any stretch of the imagination. Someone called me Sally, so that's one of the
Sally.
names. One of my friends who's also streamer, Wilsifer, he calls me Broski, so that's one of the names. So it really is just, as long as it's not malicious, most likely I'll find it funny, and eventually I'll probably add it to the list of names that people call me and that I'll answer to. So some
Yeah.
people call me by my full first name, which I prefer D.
Yeah.
That's how I introduce myself at work as well. But
Yeah.
a lot of people call me Thomas, which feels more formal. It's just really up to what people want to
Yeah.
use. But yeah, it came from that, because once I say, oh, it's actually Thomas, but you can call me whatever, it's pretty canon, then people are like, oh, I see it, because the 5 is an S. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is.
So,
But yeah.
do you remember the first game you ever streamed?
The first game I streamed, I don't remember exactly. It was either Destiny 2 or a game called Lake, which
I never heard of it.
it was on Stadia. So when I started streaming,
Oh.
and up until recently, I was streaming on a laptop.
Okay.
I was streaming on my MacBook Pro.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I made it work. Yeah, by utilizing cloud gaming for all of my games,
Okay.
and I found Stadia because I didn't have any money to buy any games,
Yeah.
and I had enough money for a Stadia subscription, and I was lucky to get a promotion through Google, who owns Stadia, that they sent me a Google Chromecast Ultra and a Stadia controller for free,
Oh,
because I
nice.
used Google Pay or whatever it was called at the time.
Google
So there was a
Pay,
promotion, yeah, and so they sent me that, and I was able to use Stadia because of that, and that's why I was able to actually stream. So Lake
Yeah.
is basically a really cozy game that I wish we had clips from it, but I didn't know how to enable clips at that time. But there were clips or VODs. I didn't have any.
Yeah.
It was basically you deliver mail and you talk to people in a town, and
I
it's
mean,
very cute.
you could try and recreate it if you want. Like, just like stream it again. I don't know if you've ever done it again.
I haven't done it again because I never purchased the game.
Oh.
So, and I didn't want to. Once Stadia went out of once they closed Stadia, I didn't want to start the game over.
Uh,
So I never got it again.
yeah, fair
But
enough.
yeah, but that was one
So,
of
yeah,
yeah, the good memories, really good memories. It
yeah.
was very cozy.
So you mostly do horror games as well. What other games are you willing to play on stream in the future?
So my that's a good question. I really don't know. It
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that I've come across in terms of a dilemma that I think a lot of
Yeah.
streamers come across, and I'm sure you've come across this as well. Games that you want to play, but you're like, I don't know if this will actually be good for the channel. So having to
Yeah.
think of that and like what people actually want to watch me playing this, or will they be interested, or will this create good conversation?
Yeah.
All of those things I try to consider now, but
Honestly,
I do
I've
love it.
noticed something with Twitch that some people might stick
Hmm.
around no matter how many people they are, but like some people
Hmm.
would stick around regardless of what you're gonna be streaming. Because I
Yeah.
tried like a Tom Clancy game uh,
Hmm.
a few days ago, and there were like the same amount of people that always show up regardless,
Yeah.
even though it's a
And
shooter
that's
game
so
and
amazing, isn't
it's
it?
not a chill game. Yeah,
Yeah, that's super amazing.
yeah,
And I've been people have expressed that to me as well, and
yeah,
I ask for recommendations because I'm also new, I guess fairly new into the gaming world.
yeah.
Um, I always really focused on, I guess previously in my younger years, focused on racing games,
Oh,
which I don't do very much
I mean,
now. I don't do it all.
some people would be interested to watch that. I would watch that. I do some wrestling games, for example, sometimes, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
nice.
be trying. I don't know if it's gonna work due to the connection, but it's like a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's called the Destruction All Stars. It's kind of like
Ooh.
what's it called? Burnout. So it's like a
Hmm.
car versus car. Like you have to destroy
Oh,
other
nice.
cars to win. Yeah, and
Uh,
it's vehicular combat, if you can call that. So I want to play that, but it keeps like disconnecting, and it needs like a strong connection. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm really sad about that.
mhm.
Yeah,
I wonder if I wonder if there's an alternate way to play the game.
just better connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess when the move, and if the move happens, maybe in another country it would be better with like even
Yeah,
faster
much
connection.
easier.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how did you decide on what content you're going to be streaming? Since you told me like you do also cozy games, but also horror games.
Yeah. So essentially when I first started, I didn't have anyone to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So I initially wanted to play games that I have kind of heard of,
Yeah.
or um that I had just never played. Again, there were a lot of games that I hadn't played, especially
Yeah.
after taking such a long break between gaming and my personal time back in college or even back in high school, and then to where when I started, which was many years after college.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, I was just like, what out here looks good? What out here doesn't look too frustrating, but also challenging?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I did it. But I did take a lot of inspiration from people that I was watching because I
Yeah.
was on Twitch for about 8 or 9 months before deciding to
Mm-hmm.
stream.
Yeah.
And the Swift dude, I was in his channel all the time. The Swift dude, and then I met Papa J up through him,
Yeah.
and they were playing horror games. Chiba the Hut playing horror games.
Chiba. Yep.
Um,
I know. I know them.
yeah, and I was like, oh, these look cool, but I don't know if I want to do exactly that. So I found other types of games. I was playing Soma, but I stopped that because it actually made me sad. Even though I do want to finish the game, but I was like, this
Yeah.
is really sad.
We're gonna
This game
talk
is really
about
sad.
that in like a special form in the next round. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So there's like a mini
But
game
yeah.
that I have added. So we're gonna be talking about it there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, nice. Yeah. I guess otherwise the games were just like, oh, I haven't heard of this game, but oh, over time you start playing games and then you start seeing trends in the games that you play
Mm-hmm.
in terms of, oh yeah, I can kind of group this type of thing, or people seem to like this.
Yeah.
So that informs the game choices that I make, and I also now organize types of games based on the day. So Fridays are first person shooters or third person shooters.
Yeah,
Saturdays are chill and cozy and nostalgic and so forth. So that's how I organize them now,
that's
because I know
nice. Yeah,
that people like different things, and also get to see different people on different days depending on
yeah,
their
yeah,
schedule or
yeah,
what
yeah,
we're playing.
yeah,
So that's basically.
yeah. So, what are your limits regarding your streams? Like, what would piss you off? What's the big no-no in chat? What's allowed? What isn't?
Oh, so there's a lot of things, although people have luckily not done them too often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a really big thing is being just intentionally destructive,
Yeah,
whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally. That can obviously, we can't hear people talking, but we can see what they're typing. So if
yeah,
people are, you know, doing things that are destructive in those ways, but also to the expense
yeah,
of others in the chat, then, or just watching or a part of the community, then that's a big no-no. I mean, we've had issues with people being violent, or people um being like racist or
yeah,
sexist, or trying to push the envelope just to be devil's advocate.
yeah.
So just stuff like that. We're very inclusive, and we are very tolerant, but we don't tolerate intolerance.
Yeah,
So that's a big line that we have to draw, because
of course,
a lot of times, people are like, yeah,
of
freedom of
course,
speech,
of course.
but
Especially with,
also, yeah,
especially with like you being African American as well. You of
yeah,
minimum you'd encounter the minimum amount like of people maybe saying the slurs or some words that are like very derogative.
right,
Yeah,
right. And it doesn't even have to be like towards me. It can
yeah,
even be just
yeah.
ignorance in
Yeah,
general.
some
Ignorance
of
of
them are
just,
kids because I've seen like in a channel I mod someone using the N word and he's a kid, so
hmm,
we had to stop everything, and
yeah,
then like it was kind of like code red and panic and like uh, they got banned and they got reported.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a big thing for me is
Hmm.
that there have been people who I know, and you've been on my channel before.
Of
I
course.
feel
Yeah.
like I'm pretty even killed in terms of my reactions to things. But there have been a lot of times where I've been annoyed by something, but
Yeah.
it's not necessarily against channel rules. It's just kind of annoying. But
Yeah.
have also been things that I'm just like, no, we don't tolerate this, and I just flat
Yeah.
out say, we don't do that
Boundaries.
here.
Boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there have been a lot of times where I can tell that people are testing their boundaries and seeing what
Yeah.
can bother me. And the thing is that most times I'm aware that people are trying, because I feel like I've developed a pretty good sense of, in person and on stream, of when that's happening.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have fun with it. Sometimes I have
Of
fun with it, where
course. Of
I
course.
just push them along.
People do that to see your reaction, like if you're gonna like snap on stream, if you're gonna like just how you're gonna react to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So what can we expect from you on Twitch in the future?
That's interesting. I just got a new job.
Yeah.
And instead of 5 days a week streaming, I'm streaming 4 days a week. Big
Okay.
change, I know.
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
at my last job, I was streaming 3 days a week, and I was like,
Yeah.
I could do 4 now. Maybe I'll do 5. If work turned out to be easier than I thought. But
Yeah.
you can expect a lot of community, a lot of chatting, a lot of just silly conversation, a
Interactions.
lot
Yeah.
of and I think a big part of the experience on
Yeah.
the channel is that people really care about each other. Even if they don't know you, they
Yeah.
want the best for you, and that's something that I've worked hard to kind of implement and foster, that type of community. But everyone else also works just as hard. The mods,
Yeah.
the regulars, people who come in and kind of feel the love and the vibes. But also in terms of games, you can expect to watch me barely play a game, because I'm talking so much, and
Yeah.
also for me to possibly die in the game 30 times before realizing what I'm doing wrong.
Well, yeah, that's typically also what I do. It's like something could be like, for example, like let's say demonologist, the thing can be right under my nose, and I'm like, where the fuck is it? I can't see it. Or like I have a flashlight, but like, oh my god, it's not turning on. Or like I forgot my flashlight. Like Mr.
Exactly,
Obvious,
right.
Mr. Obvious. It's like you have it. I'm like, what was I doing again? Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right. I've gone in circles so many
mm,
times because I'm reading chat and I'm like, wait, what was I exactly what you said? What was I doing again? Why am I
yeah,
standing over here in this part of the map?
yeah. So how
Yeah.
many hours per day or week do you spend on Twitch in general, not only streaming?
It's decreased lately, but I stream, I believe, at a minimum of 20 hours a week.
Okay.
And then I also mod for other channels. So I mod for Papa J Dub, I mod for Excellent Flex, I mod for Wilsifer, I
Mm-hmm.
mod for Doe Biden. I mod for a couple other people. So I would say I spend probably 30, 40 hours on Twitch
Yeah.
a week. And obviously there are things on the back end of Twitch, dashboards and stuff that need to be
Yeah, of course.
changed, or things that you need to do
Maintenance.
administratively
Yeah.
for your, yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of that time is multitasking time because I am working.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah, I spend a good chunk of time on Twitch just to try to make sure that
Yeah.
people are supported, whether that be in my channel or others, or
Yeah, of
I-
course.
I'm a pretty present force,
Of
and I'm using
course.
force jokingly, but I'm pretty present, even if I'm just lurking, because
Yeah.
I know that it matters. It matters and it helps.
Yeah, of
So
course. Of
I try
course.
to dedicate my
Of
time.
course.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
What
to
about you?
well, it's kind of all over Twitch because like I'm on in around like 19 channels, but
Mhm.
most of them
Oh my
like
gosh.
let's say like four or three of them went off the radar. Like two just completely went off the radar. One of them like is on a hiatus for now. The other ones are like not streaming that much lately. Others are just like close friends. They just told me like, here's the sword. You don't have to show up. Just chill, relax, help out. There've been a lot of like fallings. Like yesterday, I just parted ways with like one of my mods and longtime friend because of like a misunderstanding and miscommunication. They
Oh, I'm sorry
don't.
to hear
They
that.
It's fine. They just didn't want to like comprehend or like because I'm impulsive and I have like ADHD and stuff, and sometimes I say stuff out of impulsivity without thinking. And they
Mhm.
texted me. They were venting. Not like something very imminent or very like massive. They're just like telling me like, oh, I'm having XYZ, but then it's like kind of like a chill vent. So I'm like, I send the face that's like thinking like that face, and
Mhm.
then they send thanks, and I'm like LOL, but like I was LOLing at the thanks, and they know I send LOL a lot. That's like my catchphrase.
Yeah.
So then I went into their channel, and then as soon as I said, "Hey, you're using a face cam today," I just was revoked access to mod, and I'm like, "What the
Oh.
hell's going on?" I told them instead of like talking it down, telling me like, "Blue, you've done this here, you've done this that, you've kind of like acted disrespectfully," which I don't see myself doing, or they know me since like 2022. I never disrespect anyone unless like they've disrespected me first. So
Mhm.
I've kind of tried reasoning with them, but I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. It's like not worth my breath. But that's fine now. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I Yeah, I empathize with that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a exactly similar situation, but I think something that I try to say a lot of times to myself and others is, give grace, whether that be to yourself or others,
Yeah. If
because
it's
everyone
meant
has
to be,
different
it'll be.
perspectives or
Yeah.
different, yeah, different perspectives, different understandings,
Yeah.
and I think it's important not only to give yourself grace, like let yourself be imperfect, but also let others be imperfect.
Yeah, of
Like believe
course.
that people don't have a bad intention,
Of
and unless they
course.
show you they have a bad intention, and then believe it.
Of
But
course. I have like
you
a
know,
something called like a kind of like I can read body language and like kind of like a sense where I can like sense if people are like being toxic, because I've had a lot of encounters like that where like streamers, I've been in their channel for like eons, and they just decided one day to just read my chat with their eyes and read everybody else's chat out loud. Then when it's my birthday, they just like shun me, don't wish me happy birthday. Well, at the same time, me sharing a birthday with another community member of theirs, they show them love and they ignore me. And then the next day I'm like, what have I done to deserve this? But then I'm like, fuck it, I turn my back and then I leave. And they were the ones that encouraged me to do the podcast in 2022 when I met them. So I don't know.
Oh,
so
interesting.
yeah,
That's
back to
pretty childish, I would say.
yeah, back to the question that we veered away from. So I do not count how many hours, but let's say I'm like 80% of the time on Twitch, except when I'm like sleeping or stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, you said you mod for around 19,
Well,
and you also stream.
let's say 18 not 18, like 16 consistent, or 15, or
That's still a lot.
yeah,
That's
that's
so
like
much.
5 or 6. I'm like I feel like
Like
I really need to be there because like not their mods are not always around. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in that situation as well, where I'm working but also on multiple channels because other mods weren't around or doing anything, and you know, as a streamer, you're like, you don't want to make it seem like you're forcing your mods to be there because it's a volunteer position, and yeah, it's difficult sometimes to kind of separate yourself from that, because you're like, I'm here, I can be here, but there's so much going on everywhere else that it's
sometimes I'm like in 3 places
know.
at once, and like four sometimes like 3 of them go live at the same time, but like most of them like have like spread it around. Like one can like raid out, then someone else starts like 5 minutes after. Sometimes it's chill. I just learned to manage and cope and like just divide my time, and now I'm like let's say super mod, because like they know my capabilities, they know what I can do, they know that it's not stressing me out, and they've told me like, we feel like it's a lot of pressure. I'm like, it's actually the opposite. It's like what's keeping me, it's like my fuel, if we can say that. So
yeah, and you're helping your friends out. I mean, I'm assuming at least some of them are your, or I'm assuming at least you consider some of them your friend.
Not some of them, all of them, but like
all of them.
Some of them are like
friends.
more seriously than others. And I to those listening, I don't mean like not everybody is taken seriously, but like more seriously than others is like, what I mean by that is like some of them I just like chill, because they're like very very chill, like they just want a game. They don't have like a lot of viewers. Sometimes it's like the most they've had one time is like 12 viewers, but like little interactions in chat, which makes me like, okay, I just want to sit back and watch that. Like, no worries.
Right.
Other
it's
times,
kind of like a set it and forget it type of thing.
Other times, I've told them like it's all like you're holding my hand virtually and like guiding me throughout the day. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So the final question in this segment is, to the new people out there who just started streaming or are thinking about it, what's one advice you'd want to give them?
That's a big question. I think there's so much. I'd have to think.
Most of my guests said like, don't look at numbers.
That is a big one. A big one. I don't think that is my...
Yeah, I'm just giving an example.
But I will say don't look at numbers is huge because I guess depending on what your goals are, some people's goals are solely growth, but and instead of and maybe community building is secondary, but I think that either way, looking at numbers is going to affect you.
Stress you out, as well, so like depending on what game you're streaming as well. For example, like you could be doing Sims 4, your views could go to 50, the next day you decide to stream like, let's say, Lethal Company, then your views go down to 34, or Phasmophobia 78, let's say. Then you decide to do like not so popular game, let's say Kingdom Hearts, even though it's beloved by many, but then it goes down to 12.
And you're like,
Or
what am I doing?
yeah,
It's easy to just feel like you're doing something wrong, and it's
just do
not
what you
just
feel like it. Yeah, that's mine.
right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I only find out sometimes. I do take a peek at the number
yeah,
just to be aware. But I would say 99% of the time I don't know what the number is,
yeah,
and I just when we rate out, I just see how many people rate out. So
yep,
that's pretty much it.
yeah,
Because I there have been times when I first started where, and I'll also share my advice. There have been times when I started where I had the numbers on all the time. I didn't know you could turn the numbers off. I had never clicked up there, so it was just always there.
yeah.
I had to learn a lot.
I just don't look
And
because it's not a feature in OBS. I don't think it
mhm.
is though, but like, yeah, I just
I
don't look.
I think there's a feature, but I always looked at the
Oh,
dashboard in Twitch.
oh yeah.
So
I
yeah.
do have that open sometimes in case like I just want to see stuff happening because sometimes like OBS doesn't let you pin stuff, and then I have
Mhm.
to jump into Twitch dashboard to do that.
Yeah, I that's how I read chat on my laptop, which is
Yeah,
through the dashboard of Twitch.
yeah,
Because I have my I have a very cost efficient setup. So I have one main monitor, then I have a portable monitor, which is laptop size, and then I use my actual laptop to read chat.
okay,
So it's very so I can't see the chat on OBS because the screen is too small. So I have to look at it
yeah,
and on the dashboard. But there I can I can see mod actions and things. But
yeah,
I would say my advice would be to have boundaries, to draw boundaries first and foremost. Think about what you want out of
yeah,
streaming, and I think it's okay to also think about what you want out of streaming, because if you didn't want to do it, there's a lot of want in anything you do. So it's okay to want something out of streaming,
yeah,
whether that be community or to be able to, I don't know, whatever your long-term short-term goals are,
yeah,
and then use those to draw boundaries.
yeah,
Those boundaries can also move or evolve, but it's important to think about
yeah,
how you fit into the equation and not just what you're providing, but
yeah,
also the energy that you get, the spoons that you can regather, or the cup that you can refill through streaming. It's very important because it's easy to fall into the servant role of I'm giving, but what happens when I when I need to have a good experience as well? So prioritize your good experience.
yeah, of
Also,
course.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's just really important, especially with mental health in streaming
Yeah,
and how that affects. There's a lot of things that will try to negatively affect, or will end up negatively affecting
yeah,
streamers or content creators, just anyone in general.
yeah,
So boundaries can help you identify that
of course,
and kind of stay on course.
of course. Now we're gonna go into a mini game that I've
Ooh,
added.
games,
It's
nice.
like yeah, it's like a fun little mini game to play. And in this mini game, I will name a set of 3 games each time. You'll have to tell me which one you'd play, which one you'd delete from existence, or which one you'd play once and uninstall. It's kind of like
I get the money back if I uninstall it.
maybe it's like marry, sleep with, or kill. That
Uh-huh.
also includes the whole franchise.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
So it's
Oh, I
gonna
have to.
there's gonna be some very intense titles. So the first one is Call of Duty, Counter Strike, and Battlefield.
I've only played Call of Duty, so
Fair enough.
I will. I'll keep that one.
Okay. Counter Strike
And
and Battlefield.
Counter Strike. So side information or some
Yeah.
context. I used to work at a company that did esports, and one of the games that one of the teams that we worked for was Counter Strike.
Okay. Yeah.
CS:GO specifically, and it can't be me, so delete.
Okay. Fair enough. So you'd play you'd uninstall Sorry, you'd uninstall Battlefield.
Oh yes,
Okay.
I played Battlefield just to see what it's like, and then I install it.
Yeah. So the next one is Apex, Fortnite, and Valorant.
Ooh, okay. So Apex and Valorant are both games that I have not played, but I have been asked to play both. More often, I've been asked to play Valorant.
Yeah.
So, although Apex seems really fun too, I play Fortnite a lot because people in my community really like Fortnite, even though it's not my favorite. So, I'll keep Fortnite. I will. There's someone I watch who plays Valorant, and it seems. No, sorry, they play. Actually, Apex and Valorant to me, I always get mixed up. So I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna give a shot in the dark. I'll delete Apex and remove Valorant from existence. Was that the option?
It's uninstall, like play once and uninstall, and then delete. Delete is like from existence.
Okay, I'll delete. Yeah. Okay, so I'll play Apex
once and then
I forgot what I said. Yeah, and then uninstall it, and I'll delete Valorant from existence.
Okay. So the next one.
Yeah. Now, if you said League of Legends, that would be delete from existence.
Oh, it's there. I think it's there. It's there.
Oh, okay. I'm jumping the gun.
I think. No. I didn't include it in this episode, but that's fair. So the next one is the same question but different game, like same category. PUBG, Overwatch 2, and Halo.
Ooh, I would. Okay, PUBG, Overwatch 2, and Halo. I have PUBG. I haven't played it yet. I haven't had anyone to play it with.
Okay.
But oh my gosh, if you would have put Fortnite next to PUBG, Fortnite would have had to go.
It was, but then I separated them. So.
So I will. Oh my gosh, Halo! I have Halo and I enjoy it, but it's not my favorite game. But it's such a legendary franchise.
Yeah.
So I will keep and play PUBG. I will delete. Wait, what was the other one? PUBG, Overwatch, and Halo?
Yeah.
Okay. I will delete Overwatch from existence, and I'll play Halo and then remove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the third
I do
one...
like Halo is iconic.
Okay. The third question, the fourth question actually, is Quake, Doom, Elder Scrolls Online.
Ooh, I've never played any of these games, but I've watched some Doom gameplay.
And based on that, what do you choose?
I would play Doom. What is Quake about? It's I just imagine an earthquake simulator.
The same? No, it's kind of the same. It's like they're dungeon crawlers, but Elder Scrolls Online is like more like open world. Let's say it's a little bit similar to a Souls-like game, but it's like less harsh.
Okay, so I'll keep that one, and then Quake can go.
Elder Scrolls Online is like Elder Scrolls are part of like that they have Skyrim as well in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll play Elder Scrolls and then delete it. I'll delete that one or play that one and
uninstall it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm getting all these terms wrong. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
And I'll delete Quake from existence.
Okay.
I like open world stuff.
So you'll play Doom forever.
Yes, I will play Doom.
Okay.
Yes.
So the next one is Lethal Company, Content Warning, and Among Us.
Ooh, I just found out about Content Warning yesterday with Papa J-Dub playing it. I saw it in other people's channels, but you can see what they're playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. And
it's like a Walmart edition of Lethal Company. That's what people are saying, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, it looked fun when John was playing it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he said it's like not scary or something. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would definitely play that just for the laughs. Lethal Company, I played it once on my laptop. I don't I need to return to it because playing it on a laptop is not a great experience.
Yeah.
So I would play
Lethal Company,
I don't
Content Warning, and
I,
Among Us.
oh my gosh, Lethal Company content warning.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to keep content, like play content warning,
Okay.
and get rid of Lethal Company.
Okay.
Like delete Lethal Company.
And then uninstall Among Us, like play it once and uninstall. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the next one is Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, and Diablo.
Ooh. Okay. So I have never played any of these, but I've watched a lot of gameplay from these games, and I wish I had purchased Baldur's Gate when it first, came
Released,
out.
yeah.
I was actually playing Divinity Original Sin. But I think, was it 2 or 3? I can't remember. Whoever created Baldur's Gate 3, I think it was 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, these games look really similar. And then I found out that they were the same team who made it. But I would definitely I would play and keep Baldur's Gate 3 or Baldur's Gate in general. What were the other two?
Elden Ring and Diablo.
I would. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
All of these. My gosh, this is difficult. So I would. I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I have to make a decision. I got it. Let me just wipe these tears and the sweat off of my face. My gut is saying get rid of Elden Ring.
Okay, which
Just
one?
delete it from existence.
So you said Baldur's Gate play?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate play, Diablo play,
Uninstall.
Uninstall,
And
Elden Ring delete
Okay.
from existence.
Okay, so Valheim,
There was
Stardew, and Minecraft.
delete Minecraft from existence.
Course.
Not that I don't like it, but
Yeah.
I've never really gotten super interested in it. I like crafting games and survival crafting games, but I also like things that feel a little more realistic
Okay.
to me. So I think if Minecraft, if there was like a mod or something to make it look super realistic, I would definitely be like, all right, we'll keep
There
it
are
on.
shaders, kind of but I know what you mean by realistic, but yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some really great shaders that make the world look absolutely
Yeah.
stunning. And 7 Days to Die is a game that I play that is block based as well, but
Yeah.
I think that if Minecraft had blocks like 7 Days to Die,
Yeah.
it would be a win. It would be a win for sure.
Yeah.
So sorry, what were the other?
It's fine.
I'm
It's
going
fine.
on these tangents.
It's fine. It's fine. Valheim, Stardew, and Minecraft.
I've never played Valheim. I've seen some gameplay. I would definitely play that
Yeah.
game. I would play it and keep it. I do have Stardew. It is a little slow for my taste sometimes, so I will play that and uninstall it. And then Minecraft can go the way of Old Yeller again. So
Okay. So The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia.
So funny story. I used to work for Disney.
Oh,
so
really?
So I would. Yeah, that's the job that I left.
Okay.
At the beginning of the year.
Okay.
It was a creative job. So I'll just say that the Disney one can just be deleted.
Of course.
No offense. I always thought that they should have made a new version of Kingdom Hearts. I would have loved that.
There is a fourth one coming.
Oh, there's okay, great.
There
So
is,
we
and
can get
it's
rid of Disney
the
tonight,
trailer. The trailer is out, but we don't know when the game is gonna be out, and it looks breathtaking. It's unreal. The graphics are surreal.
Oh, we're gonna
in
have
the
to play
trailer.
that then.
I'm currently doing like Kingdom Hearts, going through them again. So I should have started with Birth by Sleep since it's like the prequel to all of the story, but forgot about that. But that's fine.
Well, you can once you finish the
I
upcoming
will.
Kingdom Hearts, just do a retrospective and
I
go back
will.
to
I
the
will.
prequel. Like, yeah,
I'm gonna do like Kingdom Hearts 1, maybe in
nice.
a bit, like try and play it in a bit, like at least dabble with it. Then maybe
Hmm.
start Birth by Sleep, because I don't like sticking around on games like or finishing them if like I'm frustrated or anything. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna definitely play Birth by Sleep next.
nice.
Yeah.
Another one that I would that I when I think of Disney games, I think of Kingdom Hearts and I think of Epic Mickey. I don't know if you ever played
I
Epic
know
Mickey.
Epic Mickey. I've never played it.
Yeah, and I think the quality and stuff for Disney Dreamlight Valley is amazing,
Yeah.
but I think also I will prefer other Disney games.
Yeah. Have you played
Um,
Disney Speedstorm?
I have not, but I've seen it, and it is so
It's like
interesting.
Mario Kart, but Disney.
Yeah, it's so interesting to
Since you
watch
love
because I don't.
cars, I know. Like since you said you love car games, people are enjoying watching this. By the way, so maybe you should give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll do a Disney day.
Hmm.
When I left Disney, actually, my first stream after that, we just listened to Disney remixes of songs
Oh
and played
wow.
chill games, which is fun.
Yeah.
And that, a lot of people, I've mentioned it now because I don't work there anymore, but a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't know where I worked, so it didn't matter to them until I gave context, which was kind
Okay.
of funny.
Okay.
But the okay, so
The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia. Don't worry. No worries.
I've never played The Sims, but
Hmm.
I've had a Tamagotchi, and this seems like a digital version of a Tamagotchi who has aspirations, and I would do a very bad job
I
at
do
keeping him
recommend
alive.
you trying The Sims because in The
Uh,
Sims 4 there is a zombie mod that you can use. It's an apocalypse. Like you can just wreak havoc. Like people don't care if you're
oh,
building, don't care if you're making a sim. Just like they just want to see chaos. That's what I've like learned. Because in The Sims
oh,
3 there's like a killing teddy bear mod that I used and I killed
oh.
everybody and people were like excited to see more.
So I need to hear more about this as well. The killing teddy bear. The bear was killing people, like going out and doing that.
It's yeah, it's like a normal teddy bear, but like when you
Uh,
have it there, you don't have to have it on you. I don't
uh,
remember if that's in The Sims 3, which is like an old game now. So, uh, so I think where you can have the option. I don't remember if you. I think you have to have it on you. Yeah. So you press on someone, and it gives you like kill with a knife, stab with like a poker, the fire poker. So
mhm.
just shoot them or like there's like 5 or 6 options and just I did that.
That's funny. So it
Yeah.
was like a little Chucky doll, but a bear.
Yeah, but I'm doing the killing instead of the doll, so
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I remember there was, and I'll answer this first. So I would keep The Sims. I would, um,
Disney Dreamlight Valley and Palia.
yeah, Disney Dreamlight is gone. So
Okay.
Palia, I would play once and install.
Yeah.
I haven't played Palia because it doesn't run when it first came out. It didn't run
Yeah.
on
It
Mac
gave me
OS,
it
and that's
gave me
all.
oh
That's
it
all.
gave me a lot of issues as well. But I
Mhm.
have it on the Switch and it's kind of like frustrating me because like okay, you have to do some tutorial missions before you can join other people's or play with other people. And I did
Uh-huh.
join my friend and then I could see his name popping, but I didn't see him on my world. Then I was like I was told that you have to do like more quests and then when I talk to someone sorry, they tell me to go talk to someone else. That someone else is all over, like on the other side of the map. So when I get there, they're like on the other side of the map. I'm like, oh for fuck's
Oh my
sake!
gosh.
Oh for fuck's sake!
That would have been the time where I
Just
just closed the game and like never
yeah.
mind.
I'm like just like just call me Stacy and move on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just yeah, there have been so many games where I'm like, oh
yeah,
yeah, I could play this, and then something like that happens, and I'm like, well, that was a terrible first impression. I will be moving on to a
yeah.
different game.
When I tell people
So,
that, they were like, oh, but Palia is easy. Palia is. I'm like, well, you know what else is easy? Not playing Palia, that's for sure.
yeah, like, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna force myself to play a game that I'm not invested in, and that I feel like
yeah,
it has to prove itself to me. I feel like once I've gotten a first impression,
yeah.
and it's really the nature of especially if you're streaming the game. If I'm not streaming the game, I might be a little more lenient, but I'm also
Yeah.
aware of pacing on stream, and that people probably don't want to see me just lost for an hour. So
No, people
you know,
people love seeing me lost, or like just like messing with me with sounds and stuff. But just because it's funny, I give it funny context. When I panic, sometimes I just yell Kelly Clarkson, not because I love her, but like one time I really panic, I'm like Kelly Clarkson, or like I don't exist, I'm just a tumbleweed, or I'm just a fart in the
interesting
wind
word.
to you, yeah, or like I'm just a fart in the wind to you, like in Assassin's Creed, yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. In DBD,
Yeah,
sometimes I say I'm like, ooh, a tumbleweed. I don't exist, killer. I'm with my tumbleweed friends. Leave me alone.
I'm a part of the background. Don't
Yeah.
even acknowledge me.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Phasmophobia, Demonologist, and Devour.
Ooh, I've played all of these games. Phasmophobia. Oh my gosh. So I would just say this: if Phasmophobia's ghost mechanics and stuff like that were in Demonologist, that would be my favorite horror game.
I disagree with that because I prefer Demonologist because I don't jump scare easy, and Demonologist just has me at the edge of my seat. So Phasmophobia makes me want to sleep actually because it's very predictable.
I like the jump scares. I like the atmosphere, the game design in Demonologist more than Phasmophobia. But I think that I don't know. I guess the way that I approach Demon or Phasmophobia feels more. I don't know. It just feels more comfortable. It can get really stagnant, but I kind of enjoy being able to identify the ghost at least fairly easily after a while.
I'm just the meat shield there. Yeah, I'm just the meat shield. So.
Yeah. I also think that the hiding mechanism in Demonologist is nicer. But I will say that, my gosh, it seems like Demonologist doesn't have as many people willing to play it. I like Demonologist more.
Same here.
What was the last?
Phasmo, Demonologist, Devour. Yep.
I
kind of like the same type.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Devour was a bit confusing to me when I played it, but I really did enjoy it, and it was very dramatic. So I'm gonna have to delete Phasmophobia.
I agree on that. I am with you on that. No worries. So play Demonologist, uninstall Devour, and just delete Phasmo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's gonna get interesting. Destiny 2. Or Destiny actually, but since the first one is non-existent. But Destiny, Dead Space, and Mass Effect.
Okay, so I've never played Mass Effect. Dead Space is for sure going to be played.
Okay.
Destiny, I guess, I could take or leave Destiny. I do like it, but it's not memorable for me, especially because I don't grind at it. So I'll delete Destiny.
Okay.
And Mass Effect, I would play. I would play it on install.
Okay. Visage, Madison, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my gosh. Can I just not play any of those?
You can skip it. You can skip it if you want. I don't mind.
Oh my gosh. I'm just flashbacks of Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I guess honestly, the most recent one when they were at the Pizzaplex or whatever it's called.
What's it called? I don't know.
Security Breach.
Security Breach.
But they were at some sort of mall, arcade pizza place, concert venue.
Place, I think.
I think that's McDonald's. Was it called the Play Place?
McDonald's on steroids, I think.
Yeah, that's actually. Oh my gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
What?
The name. I'm just gonna look it up.
No worries.
Because I feel like it was something to the vein of the
No
Fazbearplex
worries.
or something.
No worries.
It was Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex.
Mega Pizza
That's what it
Plex,
was
yeah.
called.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's a shopping mall. I see.
Okay. So Five Nights at
So-
Freddy's, Visage, and Madison.
So I think that Five Nights at Freddy's I would play once and uninstall.
Okay.
So I think I'll play Madison and then get rid of Visage.
Okay. So Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, and Dying Light.
Dying Light, Left 4 Dead, and Dying Light. So I would do. I'm playing Dying Light currently, so
I love that. I love them all. I haven't played Left 4 Dead yet, but I want to. I don't have anyone to play with.
Same. Oh, I will play with you.
Oh, nice. We could do a stream of it at some point if you
Yeah.
One or two.
Yeah, I would love to do it.
Because two is more moddable. Like more.
Maybe two.
Okay. Because there's a Crash Bandicoot map I heard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's random.
There's also a mod where you use a baguette as a weapon, I think.
Oh, I would love that. That sounds hilarious. Yeah, that sounds like some good content as well.
Yeah, and I don't.
Just
do you have them? Like, do you own the games Left 4 Dead?
I don't think I own them yet.
You can grab them easy peasy. They're like under $1 each.
Oh, I
Steam.
have them in. Oh wait, I don't have them. They
Yeah,
just showed
you
up
can.
in-
You can. Yeah, it's like 86 cents
Oh,
each
really?
on Steam. I think. Yeah, I think. Because for like all I know, like so far, it's like under $1. So like it's been a while.
Oh, for me on Steam it's $10.
So they. Yeah.
Yeah. The bundle is $15.
Well,
Left 4 Dead 2.
because there's also what's it called? Not Left 4 Dead, but like Back 4 Blood or something like that.
Oh yeah, Back 4 Blood.
That's
That
also
is-
in the
I want to
franchise.
play that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might have purchased Back 4 Blood.
Okay. Yeah. So which of these? Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, Dying Light?
Dying Light I'm keeping.
Okay.
I'm playing that. Left 4 Dead. My gosh, it's so difficult. I'll play that and uninstall it,
Okay.
and then what's
Dead
the other
Island-
one?
Dead
Something
Island.
Dead Island.
Yeah.
Dead Island. Is that the one that? Did they have a movie or something?
I don't remember, honestly.
I feel like there was something frustrating about that game.
They're the same.
very
They're
end.
the same like team. I don't know. I think at some point it was the same company that did the first Dead Island that also did Dying Light 1 and 2.
Ah. Okay.
So you can hear little bits of Dead Island in Dying Light as well, like the zombie mechanism. Some of the zombie sounds are the same.
Oh, and I guess I'll get rid of Dead Island 2 since Dying Light
Dead Island.
exists.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, even though I know that I would assume they're very different in terms
They
of
are
just
different. Yeah.
the story and things.
Yeah.
But
Even though I'm against first-person games, but I love these so much.
yeah, I like first-person games, but not solo. I like co-op first-person.
Same. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay, so Don't Starve Together, which is between brackets my favorite game of all time, and I wouldn't be mad if you deleted it. The Forest, and then The Quarry.
I've not played Don't Starve Together, but
I
I've
do
seen other
recommend.
people play it.
Do recommend it.
Yeah, and I would definitely. I'll say I'll play that on install.
Yeah, and if you do happen to buy it on a sale, I think, which goes on sale for like $5, do check your email. They sometimes send a free copy with it.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know if they still do that.
and Don't Starve Together is
Yeah.
$15.
Okay, so I don't think it's on sale anymore. But if you do want to purchase, I'll ask around if they still do that.
Yeah, I mean, and they also have a Don't Starve Mega Pack 2024 bundle, which is $3.
Yeah, that's basically.
Which
I
has
think
like
it includes all
6
of.
games in it.
Yeah, all of it. Like Don't Starve Together, also Don't Starve Solo, or Don't Starve Hamlet, Don't Starve Shipwrecked, and I think Oxygen not included, which is also a game from the same devs.
Hamlet is in there.
Hamlet, yeah, that's also part of
Yeah.
Don't Starve story mode or solo.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like it started as Don't Starve in 2014, then 2016 they created co-op, which is Don't Starve Together.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the more expensive bundle is a bit more expensive, but I'll look in that. I'll look into it. I might just buy the base game, but I'll definitely play Don't Starve Together.
You should
What were the other-
you should keep in mind that Don't Starve Together has a huge learning curve. So
Oh, is it in a similar vein to?
it's like a
was that
top down.
game?
It's like top down survival, kind of like a little bit scary sometimes. It's like survival crafting, but top down, and it's hand drawn. But it's so fun.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, so Don't Starve Together, The Forest, and The Quarry. Survival games. Survival horror, actually.
We'll delete the. Oh wait, if I delete the forest, that means Sons of the Forest is gone
Uh-huh.
too.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, by Quarry, I'll so I'm going to shift this around.
Okay.
Or the Quarry's gone.
Okay.
Don't Starve Together is play, and then Sons of the Forest is play
Uninstall.
and then delete.
Okay.
Yeah, play and
Uninstall.
uninstall.
You can say uninstall. It doesn't matter. It's okay. So Alan Wake, Resident Evil, The Evil Within.
And you know what's interesting is if you delete Resident Evil, you delete like 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
Do we keep the movies if I delete the games?
I don't know about movies. I don't know. I haven't thought
Resident
about
Evil
it.
that was a lot. Oh, okay.
If
We'll
it's
just say
if it's the Mila Jovovich
Mila
movies,
Kunis.
yeah.
Oh, Mila. Yeah.
Mila
I said
Jo-
Mila Kunis. That's the wrong person. Right.
Same, like they're both like one is from Russia, the other is from Ukraine, but still,
Yeah.
or not Russia, but like
never
I
of
think
their last
in
name.
the area, like one is from I think Poland or Bulgaria, one of them, like something like that, and Mila Kunis is from Ukraine actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
and I know they're very different people as
Yeah.
well, because
yeah,
I know Mila Kunis from that '70s show.
yeah, and she's married to Ashton Kutcher, I
Ashton
think.
Kutcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Mila
Alan Wake,
uh,
Alan Wake, Resident Evil, and The Evil Within.
oh, they're actually both from Ukraine.
Oh, they're both okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
So I would keep. I'd have to play Resident Evil and uninstall it. I do like it, but it's also not always necessarily what I want to play.
Okay.
What were the others? Again, I'm so bad at this.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't Starve Together. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Alan Wake, Resident Evil,
Oh.
The Evil Within. Sorry.
Okay, so Alan Wake, I would play and keep that. Evil Within, I'll just. I really can't get rid of Resident Evil. It's just too iconic.
Yeah.
So sorry, Evil Within, you no longer exist.
Well,
There's no more Evil Within because
It's
it's
fine.
gone.
that's fine.
That's a difficult choice.
That's fine. That's fine. So it's gonna get more interesting with Dead Rising, Mortuary Assistant, and The Walking Dead. And that includes the Telltale games as well, the episodic ones.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Dead Rising, Walking Dead, and what else?
Mortuary's Assistant.
Okay. You know, I've never played Mortuary Assistant, and I don't plan on it because that is too creepy to me. And I also feel sometimes weird about
Yeah.
stuff that's like satanic.
Supernatural, yeah.
Yeah. Supernatural, yeah. And I do love watching it though. That has given me a lot of laughs. I just don't think I could play it.
Same.
Oh my gosh.
Someone was
So,
like, so I was watching someone one time playing Mortuary's Assistant, and they were just chatting, and they had like, that they put some corpses on like I don't know what they call them to just inspect them, like
uh,
long tables, whatever they're called,
yeah,
chariots or something. I don't know. Like you get the idea. So
yeah.
he had the game camera, uh, like directed in a way that it's like we can see the feet of the person and they were chatting away, and then I like and then I comment about it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So the feet are starting to smell, like this is, we didn't come here. I know you Americans are obsessed with feet and like the imperial system, but please, we do not want to see feed content. I'm pretty sure that's TOS on Twitch. And then everybody went dead silent.
But America.
No, I know. Everybody
America.
everybody sent the skull, as in dead.
Yeah.
And then he realized that, and he like couldn't carry on anymore from laughter.
Yeah. That is
Because he's been chatting for like 10 minutes. I was gonna say 10 hours. Oh my god, 10 minutes. So I was like, I did that comment. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, in those moments where comments like that take you out of the terror and also take you out of the eeriness are hilarious, because then that also kind of becomes
and then then like 2 minutes later, when he comes back to the game, he gets jump scared. I'm like, can we go back to the feed content, please?
Like, I'm sorry, I want to feed a kid. I know, I know you love it. We'll just go back to that.
And I'm like, now I feel like you're defeated.
then the puns start. Oh my gosh.
They never end.
Sounds like you're into feet. No, kidding.
I mean, that's a feature, but
it's a feature. Yeah, it's a feature.
Okay,
for most.
Yeah, so the games are Dead Rising, which is kind of like Dead Island and those, but like funnier. Like, I think you use like very silly weapons. Sometimes I think you use like a baseball bat to bonk them, like a big hammer. Sometimes at some point, there is a way to give them big heads, I think, in the game. And there's like, it spanned five games so far. And then there's the Mortuary's Assistant, and then The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Your explanation of Dead Rising put it towards moved it from delete. I would definitely play Dead Rising. I would play and uninstall Walking Dead, and the Mortuary Assistant can go away.
Of course. Now here's some.
I love humor.
Yeah, here's a game I've seen you play: 7 Days to Die, Project Zomboid, and The Last of Us.
Oh, so we're moving Last of Us on. Oh no, Last of Us is a different game. Project Zomboid can go. I've seen it. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. It seems fun. It's not my cup of tea. That game. 7 Days to Die, definitely just play. And The Last of Us would be play. And how soon do I have to uninstall this game?
You can play. You can just give it a try one time and then uninstall. You could just like finish the game and uninstall. Both.
Okay, I would definitely do that. I don't think I will replay.
Yeah, but like when I say play, it's like constantly. Like it's just like one game you'd never stop playing. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I feel like I'll play 7 Days to Die a lot. I might eventually uninstall it.
Yeah, I've looked in most of the 7 Days to Die streams of yours, but then Twitch denies you lurks if you're like in more than 2 channels. It's like, oh no, bitch, fuck you, no, you stay here, you stay here. We're gonna choose. You just sit back and relax. You don't count here. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I want everybody to get, not even just numbers, but I want my channel points too.
And I even tried tricking it one time by opening like different tabs on the laptop, but it just like was smarter than me. I'm like, God damn it, Bezos.
I think it probably. I wonder if it works if you're on a different computer.
Opera browser would make it work, because Opera isn't very it's a good browser, but it isn't like claimed like as being a good thing. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Oh,
It isn't legitimized by Twitch or doesn't count like Chrome or Firefox or those. So you can juke it there. So yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Did I answer the question?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you did. Or hold on. Yeah, you did. Yeah. So, Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead the game.
Dead by Daylight is immediately trash.
Same.
And Texas Chainsaw, I would play it once, and then
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, is that what the other one? I
Yeah.
would play that. Yeah.
Same.
I
Have you
actually
played it?
got in. I haven't played it, but one of my favorite streamers, Painted King, PK for short, he played Evil Dead when he was playing Evil Dead when I
What's
first
his name?
found this, Painted King.
Oh, because I know one also that goes by PK as well. His name is Potato King, or was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that PK was ever Potato King, but we'll find out. I mean, it could be the same person.
I don't know. Yeah.
But he was playing Evil Dead, and then he played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I never played them because I was like, wow, I feel like I'm playing these games, his commentary and everything. And
Yeah.
he was very strategic and just good at the game. So I never got him, but I would definitely play them because of him. He's
Evil Dead the game, I do recommend it. It's like a better version of DVD, but with combat.
Yeah.
Like you get into the action. There is a lot of repetition, of course, in like all of these games, but like still, like there's more fun and more interaction. You could also, it's like there is a part of Evil Dead the game that has like prop hunt thing where you, as a killer, you could just like possess objects.
Oh, right. I've seen I've seen that. I think, and I also like the car aspect as well. That was nice.
Yeah.
That's something I hadn't seen before.
Yeah. So Little Nightmares, Alien, which includes the whole franchise as well, and Silent Hills.
Little Nightmares.
Alien.
I would say
and
I'll
Silent
play
Hills.
that and uninstall that.
Okay.
And I would play
Alien.
My gosh. I would play Alien and then I would delete Silent Hill.
Okay. So Little Nightmares 3 is coming out. Are you gonna play that as well, or?
Depends on how expensive it is. Eventually, probably.
Okay.
That's a big decision.
Okay.
That has a big hand in my decision making. How expensive things are when they come out. That's why I didn't jump into Baldur's Gate because it was so
They've
expensive.
all been at $30 so far. So I think it's gonna be at that
seems
price.
doable.
Yeah. So the last three in this segment, Fall Guys, or the last like 9 games, but like 3 questions. Fall Guys, Party Animals, and It Takes Two.
Party Animals, Fall Guys, and It Takes Two.
They're like co-op party games.
I've never played Fall Guys, and I don't think I want to. So that one, we know where that goes. Party Animals, keep playing. I've definitely played that a lot. And It Takes Two. I played it once so far.
Okay.
With my friend Will Lucifer, who's also a streamer.
Okay.
Party Animals, play Fall
Fall
It
Guys,
Takes Two.
Party Animals, It Takes Two. Yeah.
Yeah, It Takes Two, uninstall.
Okay.
And Fall Guys, delete.
Okay. Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and Tomb Raider.
Oh my gosh. Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, and
Uncharted.
I would play Uncharted. The other two, I don't know. I've played Tomb Raider back when everything was triangular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what's it called?
Lower.
No. Like
poly?
Prism. I think they gave Lara a name, like a triangle boobs Lara or triangular chested Lara.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean that version I've played.
Yeah. They re-released it. They re-released like the original 3. I think they re-released them.
Yeah, my Flex, excellent Flex. He's playing Lara Croft right now.
Yeah.
And I think I played it once and I was like, I don't really need to play this again. And I like watching it more than anything.
Yeah.
I think I like Uncharted for that same type of
Yeah.
feel, but I just like it better.
Okay. And Assassin's Creed.
So I've never played Assassin's Creed, but I would definitely
I
play it. I
recommend.
like watching it.
I recommend.
Yeah.
It's such a good game, and even though I've like expressed my disdain and disgust towards Ubisoft, as much as I love Assassin's Creed, the rest of Ubisoft can just go to hell. You know, like the launcher is so finicky, it just like gives you headaches. Some content aren't here. Now it's gonna turn into like a pay to play thing. So yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the next two installments. The next two installments, like the one in China, Assassin's Creed in China, and the one in Japan, they're gonna be like, they're gonna like put all games into one platform or just on Ubisoft, I think. I don't know if they're gonna do that for console as well, but like I've heard that they're gonna like bundle them and you have to subscribe to play them.
So that drops down. I was going to have it at just continue to play, but I'll put Assassin's Creed at play once uninstall, just see if I like it.
I am a big sucker for history and geography, so I love these.
Yeah. I think that in a game that's really cool as well, especially if you studied it and you're like, oh, I recognize that or understand why they made those decisions. I love that type of thinking and that thought process and that creation process and the story of that. But the pay to play thing or the potential the potentials of it kind of make me think like, would I actually continue to play that if it became more costly to enjoy the game? So I would do Uncharted. I would play Uncharted, play Assassin's Creed, and delete whatever the other one was.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Goodbye, Lara Croft.
So the last one is Cyberpunk, GTA, and Saints Row.
I've played a little bit of all of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm when I was younger, and I guess 2000. I guess any time before now I was younger, but 2007 or so, I was more interested in GTA. I'm no longer interested in GTA at all, like whatsoever.
Even when the GTA 6 comes out,
I would watch it and have to see what they offer for me to, But I think that I don't know. It's interesting. It's always been interesting to me for GTA because of just the lifestyle that it portrays. And how that contributes to pop culture and perspective of certain aspects of American culture, whether that be, location based, race based, identity based. And I've kind of fallen out of interest with it because of that. But also it's just not my favorite type of game. So I would get rid of GTA. And what were the other two? that was a long tangent.
It's okay. There's Cyberpunk and Saints Row.
I think I would play Saints Row and then uninstall Cyberpunk.
Okay, fair enough. Because I prefer Saints Row as well, because it's like running around, maybe like hitting people or assaulting others with a dildo is funny, for example. Like, and then in like more recent ones, and there's like the remake where like you can be nude, but like it's pixelated in like all of the games, but like the NPCs' reactions are so hilarious when you do that. So
I feel like Saints Row and Cyberpunk, I don't know if they're from the same team, but it feels like they're cut from the same cloth, right? But just with like a different color.
Saints Row, both like Saints Row and GTA are like third person, whereas Cyberpunk is like first person.
Oh, I thought you can switch it to third person too, but
can you?
Maybe not. I feel like I thought you could.
Oh,
but maybe not.
I don't know. the final segment, we're not gonna do like a lot of mental health because I don't feel like the episode needs to have mental health because it's like chilled down, laid down, or laid back actually. So we're gonna do a lightning round, whereas I'm gonna ask you like questions. It's kind of like a pop quiz about you. So no pressure. It's not about gaming. So do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine, like something you always like to do and has become regular?
Okay, so I wake up very early in the morning, so I've had to adjust my routine because I had a habit of checking my phone when I woke up. So what I do now is everything is just on my desk, which is out of reach. So I had to like get up and go to my desk. And what I do now is I wake up, I go open the blinds, let some sunlight in. I drink a green juice. Shower. Just maintain the body. And then on a stream day, I start streaming. I start streaming for however long. And on a work day, I check in on Twitch and say hi to people, pull up lurks, wish them a good rest of their stream or ask them how their stream was. Just checking in. And then I do the same thing on Discord. If I have the energy or if anyone's talking in Discords, I'll say hi. And then I start working. I'll have a green juice, most days, or I'll have tea. My days are pretty monotonous, actually. I play games and I hang out with people. My job is remote unless I'm traveling. So I'm pretty much in the same space all the time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my routine is very simple.
So what's your favorite comfort food of all time?
My favorite comfort food of all time is macaroni and cheese.
Ooh.
And and there are desserts that I really love, but
I've never had it.
Okay, so if you move to Southern California, let me know, and I will. I live in New Mexico, which is one state over from California.
Oh yeah, so, I know. I know there's like California, then Arizona, Oregon, Washington are like around it, and then Nevada as well, or the one Nevada. So those are like the bordering states, kind of.
Right. So Arizona's at the bottom. Nevada is directly above Arizona. I guess as much as you can.
Oregon, and then there's Washington on top.
Oregon and Washington are at the top. Yep. And nice. So there's someone who, not unfortunately, but they're from the United States. But it's unfortunate that they did not know this because they are from the United States. They didn't know where Nevada was.
I know it borders the California, and I know I can name like most states. I always miss one or two at the end, but like I always get them all.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to miss Alaska because it's not directly connected to
I always miss the lesser known. For example, like let's say North Dakota or Massachusetts, for example, Michigan. Sometimes I miss Delaware, Iowa, Utah. Those depends.
Yeah, the ones that were the original 13 colonies. I forget a lot, but since I'm from the Midwest, then I moved to the west and the south. And the southwest.
I know bordering Mexico, there's Florida, there's Texas. I think Tennessee is like not bordering, but it's on the same line. Then there's the other states I named, and I don't know.
So I would say Tennessee is more in the central, like so. There's the Gulf of Mexico. So the Gulf of Mexico is Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and
Alabama.
Texas.
Okay. So not Tennessee. That's what I mistook it for. Okay.
And Tennessee are above those. It's in between. It's like below Indiana, and if you
if you have the map pulled up, or like the map. Hold on. Let me.
Let's see. I'll Google the map. USA.
Yeah, there's like a part of it where it looks like.
I forgot about Louisiana.
No. Like, hold on. Like, a part of it. If you look at like Minnesota, Iowa,
Mm.
Kentucky,
Missouri.
Missouri, but like no, like Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana all together like that. They
Uh-huh.
form a chef, and the hat is Minnesota, and the chef is and then there's what's it called, Tennessee, because the map is like just doesn't have the colors on them, like didn't use the it's using gray for font, so for color. So Tennessee is kind of like the skillet, and then Kentucky
Uh-huh.
is like Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's if you look at
Oh,
it.
interesting.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
see.
yeah,
And then Louisiana's the foot.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
That's interesting.
I don't know why or who pointed that out, but it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm just gonna think of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I mean, that's really the only reason I think of Kentucky, anyways. But
Well, yeah.
I'm sure they have. I'm not from there, so I don't really know about Kentucky. I'm from Illinois.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
GG's on your
I tend to educate myself because like in high or not high school, like at school I used to ace my geography and history tests, and like other people in my class were like jaw dropped, like how like even history lessons I used to kind of memorize them because like it was
uh-huh.
very interesting because how I used to like memorize stuff to study is I imagine even like let's say I have an assignment like an essay to write or something like, or like I have to read a book and then write about it. I imagine the book in my head as a movie, then I write what I remember from it. Or for
That's
example, like
interesting.
yeah, like here, let's say a math equation. I wasn't good at math, but like sometimes in math or physics, I also use that method. So I imagine them as a scenario, and then I like remember that. That's how I remembered history. Like I reenact it in my head, and then I just like
And you make it like memorable for
yeah,
yourself in a way that makes
a mini
sense.
movie. Yeah, yeah. So if you ever were to be any object or creature, real or fictional, what would you be and why?
Any object. I would be
It can be a
I would be a
creature as well.
fire-breathing dragon.
Oh, nice. Nice. I would be a unicorn with two horns and wings.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
A
That sounds
toonie
awesome.
Pegasus, yeah.
Pegasus.
A toonie Pegasus, yeah, because it's like a unicorn with two horns and wings.
Oh, right. So it wouldn't be a unicorn because it's
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
technically, it's like a mix of both. Yeah. So you'd be a fire-breathing dragon.
I will be a dragon, yes.
Yeah.
And that is mainly because of Game of Thrones. And I was like, wow, those are really cool. And
Yeah.
they look really cool. Although I would hope that I wasn't just mindlessly. I would hope that I have some agency about myself, and have a high level of thinking so that I could just enjoy life and be cool and beautiful and
Yeah.
majestic, but also breathe fire.
And also don't marry a donkey like in Shrek.
Yeah, because that seems
It's funny.
like an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is, or that I can think of now, is when people treat others like those people are less, like not capable, or that they're like dumb,
Lesser
or
than
it
them.
just
Yeah.
lesser than, yeah.
There's
Um,
let's call it the R word. So
oh, like the one that people don't say.
like okay, I'll allow myself, but then like excuse me everybody for saying that, but like retard. So that's what you
Oh,
meant. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, and so I guess
Yeah.
more than that, just like if
Maybe
I think,
yeah.
well, I think it's more than like intellectually, just like even like socially, or just based on preconceived notions. I don't like when people just assume things about others. I guess is the base of it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then how that affects how they treat them or what opportunities they get. Obviously, that happens to a lot of people. So
yeah.
that's a big pet peeve in it.
Yeah.
Even if you think about me as
unequally,
a black person. Yeah.
Unequally. Yeah. I treat people how they treat me. That's just how I roll. So.
Yeah, I think. I think treating people with obviously
equality
if they
and equity.
equally, and equitably. I can't say that word. I'll just say yes. But that happens. That doesn't happen for everyone, so that's a big pet peeve because I know how it has affected my life and other people's lives and big and small situations. So that really bothers me, and that's something that is hard for me to forgive people on. I feel like I'm pretty forgiving. But if someone is mistreating someone else because of whatever reason, I'm just like, no, that we're not going to get along.
So if this was the last day on Earth ever, what would you do and how would you spend it?
I would spend all day. Like, am I the only person leaving the Earth?
Everybody. No. It's like the end of times.
Oh, okay. I think I would go into nature with a full phone signal, and also just like make calls with to people, like everyone in my contact list, even people who maybe I don't know, just want to good regards and good energy and stuff like that. And I'm religious, so I would probably also go to church.
Of course.
And then just try to practice thankfulness and not be too afraid, because the unknown is always scary.
Oblivion is what I'm scared of.
Of just like nothingness.
Yeah. So
and I would also just probably eat a lot of food, probably not to the point where I got a stomach ache, but just like, I probably won't know that I won't have these foods anymore, but like I'm not gonna have them anymore.
Yeah. It's last time, savor them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely eat some. I have some things I'm allergic to, but I really do miss eating, so I'll probably eat those things too, because it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna have enough time for allergic reactions, likely.
So what's one thing you cannot live without?
Is water too easy?
You can say that. You can say that.
I have one kidney, so I have to drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
And something that I can't live without family and friends, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty introverted, but I also know the value of community, even though I'm pretty reclusive a lot of times outside of streaming.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah. So if I would just completely solo, it'd be pretty difficult.
Yeah. In your opinion, what do you think is the worst invention ever?
The atomic bomb.
Yeah. Fair enough. I say the gun or weapons.
Can we group them? Yeah, I would say weapons as well. Yeah, things that take the life and the agency from other people.
Yeah.
I think so I agree.
Yeah. So what's your comfort off-stream game?
My comfort off-stream game is often 7 Days to Die. There are a few other games that I like playing as well. So I do like Star Wars Jedi.
Oh.
And I also have been playing Remnant 2 with one of my friends, Dark One Son, who is one of the reasons I stream. Like he is. So I've been enjoying those games a lot. But I do enjoy like if I were able to do it on a keyboard and mouse, I would just play a lot of racing games, honestly. But keyboard and mouse for a racing game
I just taught myself to just because of I play a lot of GTA RP, so I just got used to driving with keyboard and mouse. So I don't know if you've heard of that or if you've seen it, but there's on itch.io, there's a zombie Star Wars game that they made. It's called Death Troopers.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that.
It's you can get it for free, but you can also like support with any amount of money you can.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look for that.
Death Troopers, yeah.
If you could send me a link, that
Yeah,
would be
sure,
awesome.
sure. It's like a horde
Um,
of like zombie stormtroopers, but then I think you face zombie boss Darth Vader at some point.
oh,
Yeah, it's a
do they
short.
still have?
It's a short game. They're still developing it, but like they've released it for now or parts of it, just as like to see how it's gonna like to see people's feedback.
That sounds awesome. You know, that actually reminds me. I also play Helldivers too.
Oh yeah,
And that's been great. I just can't play it on stream because my computer isn't strong enough. But you know, there's a lot of games that I enjoy, but my comfort game lately has been 7 Days to Die because of just building stuff.
okay, okay.
It's like yesterday I was
Yeah.
in there for a while building
Yeah.
a base.
So, what's the worst video game you've ever played?
The worst, I guess that would be subjective. It I'd have to think of it as like the game that I'm the worst at because that really affects my enjoyment
Yeah.
of it. Um,
Mine is easily Dead by
I
Daylight.
I haven't played Dead by Daylight, but I just know that it's not for me. I've watched a lot of it. I honestly I don't know. There are games that I'm like, I probably won't play this anymore. But I
Okay,
don't dislike it.
okay,
You know, I'm just like, oh well, this isn't for me.
yeah.
But I think that yeah, I really don't know.
You can skip the
Yeah,
question. You can skip the question. I don't
we'll
mind.
skip that.
Okay, so what's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games?
I spend a lot of money on food,
Okay.
but that's just to like stay alive.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't have very much money, so there's the
Yeah.
things that I spend a lot of money on are things that I feel like could have a good return. The thing I've spent the most on outside of rent is my MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
and that was the most expensive thing I've ever purchased,
Yeah.
and that was like $3,000. So I don't
wow.
spend very much money.
Yeah, same. I from like to the economical situation here, that started way before the pandemic. So I learned to be frugal with myself and with
Yeah.
money as well. Like before, I was like, oh, I had access to money. I was like taking it for granted. I'm like, oh, $20 is too expensive. Oh my God. I'm like, I should save up, but then I'm like more responsible and I know more the value because like I get paid like $3 an hour at my job and I make like 530
Oh,
each
well.
month. That used to be
Well.
like less. So
Are they going to increase that?
I've been with them for 11 years, but I don't care anymore since it's not like
Uh-huh.
days are numbered.
You don't-
So,
Okay. Okay.
but I'll
Here in
take
the
what
US,
I can get. Yeah.
you'll be most likely making more
I'll
than
I'll
that.
be I'll be I'll be opting for a remote job. Anything like that makes me at least like I'm happy with like I know you guys get paid like weekly, but like I'm happy
Oh, I get
with
paid bi-weekly.
yeah
It depends on the company.
yeah I'm happy working at like not a low income job, but like a steady job, even if it's remote. I'm happy with like 1,000 or like less, but like more than 500, like in between. I'm happy with like even 800, 900 a month. That would be cool, I think. But like I'm pretty sure it's more there. But like yeah,
Yeah, it's especially Southern California is really expensive. So
yeah,
I feel like just at a base level because there's minimum wage here. So I think California's minimum wage is $15 an hour. I think.
yeah,
Or at least Los Angeles.
yeah. Not Los Angeles. I'll be more in
Okay.
Walnut Creek.
Oh, it looks like California's minimum wage. Some businesses are exempt from it, but it is $20 minimum wage.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But
compared
that also
to,
comes with
yeah.
price increases because then the companies need to
Well, yeah, I have family
pay
there.
for it.
I'm not gonna like be bothered with many expenses, but still, like,
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So, what would you do with $1 million?
I would pay off my student loans and invest in my future, so retirement, and then donate some, and then also help out my friends and stuff with their goals.
Yeah,
But I would take a big portion of that and try to invest it to kind of keep it, keep it growing. Some smart investments,
yep.
because I know that I don't know if it will be taxed or not if I'm getting this $1 million, but if it's not taxed, I would definitely
Yeah,
take whatever would have been taxed,
yeah,
invest that,
yeah.
and then everything else would have to kind of be like
yeah,
current needs, practical needs,
yeah,
and donating.
yeah. So, if you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
If I had one special superpower, it would be I used to say like the power of flying and stuff,
Yeah,
or like the power of all knowledge, but I think that would be a burden. So I think
yeah. Mine would be
maybe.
teleportation, which
Yeah.
I always say that.
Oh, nice. I
But
was
you
gonna
have
say
to
teleportation as
earn
well.
it, or like just like inherit it, because you don't it shouldn't be a thing that anybody has access to or anybody knows of, because otherwise you'd have like killers, criminals, unwanted
Just
people
teleporting into your house.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck. That would really
Yeah.
suck. Yeah, I think teleportation, because I was thinking of travel to other places, like teleportation without being affected by like oxygen and things.
Yeah,
um, because I was thinking of traveling, like interstellar travel and stuff like that,
yeah,
and exploration.
yeah,
I think knowledge to help advance society, whether that be to
yeah,
figure out cures to things. I think I would love that. I would love that.
yeah. So the weirdest habit you got, what's the weirdest habit you got?
Let me think. I mean, it's my habit, so it's not weird to me. uh,
Yeah, fair
let's
enough.
see. I do have a habit of just walking in circles
Pacing the floor,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. When I'm thinking or when I'm nervous, and if I'm very anxious, I will, for example, walk, like pace, but also check the blinds like over and over again. I look through them over and over and over and over and over again until I realize I'm doing it, and then I'll like try to go somewhere else and do something else. But I do have a weird habit of just pacing. I think it's a result of like anxiety and things, but
Fair enough, yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I try to be pretty normal. And
yeah.
air quote normal.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. My grandmother's called me weird multiple times.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, weirdest thing you've ever tasted or tried?
I haven't tried many things, I guess, but I would say probably the weirdest thing I've had are frog legs, which aren't super weird. In my opinion, they're not super weird.
Okay. Yeah, I would
But they still
never. I would
move.
never
I mean, they
try
still, like, you can
frog
still
legs
move
or
them.
frogs. All in all, it's yeah.
Yeah, there's Sorry, I'm eating a cucumber now.
No worries, no worries,
Um,
no worries.
I think that is a very potentially unpleasant experience to eat frog legs, because they're not like chopped up or anything. They're
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can they still have their knees, which is really odd.
Fair enough.
But it is. I
Yeah.
would say that's probably the weirdest thing that I've had so far. But I would love to have more foods, because I've been vegan for. I'm no longer vegan as of the beginning of this year, but I was vegan for like 13 to 14 years,
Okay.
and now I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to having more things, but I haven't really had anything out of the norm.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing that you've had?
Octopus.
Oh, I used to
By
like I've used
mistake.
to
By
before.
mistake.
Oh, how does that happen by mistake?
So the small octopuses. So someone had made like a rice or curry flavored rice, and then they kind of like, I did not know that in some Asian countries they put mini octopuses in, so they slipped that in, and I thought I took out all of them. I took them like all out of it because they had like nuts and stuff mixed. It's like an Asian dish. So one had
Okay.
been forgotten, and I tasted it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so tasty. What's that? They're like octopus. I'm like, ah! Why do I want more?
Did
But why is it disgusting?
Did you eat more?
I think I did, but I never went back there. Like I never tried it again. So, if you had the chance
Oh,
to switch lives with one celebrity from today, who would you pick and why? Just for a day.
you know the thing about being a celebrity, it seems. Oh, I don't know. I moved away from my mic. Sorry. The thing about being a celebrity, it seems that a lot of them don't have privacy, and I like privacy. So, who's someone who we don't know as a celebrity, or like we know as a celebrity, but we don't really see them much in like tabloids or something? Someone who just lives in the like far off places. Um, Maybe Oprah.
Oh,
We see her
nice.
a lot, but but still, she's rich.
Yeah,
And
mine would
people seem to
be
be fond of her.
mine would be Jennifer Lopez, and I've said that before.
Hmm.
Because like no, sorry, Kim Kardashian. Sorry, Kim Kardashian. I've said that before because one, I wanna just see what she
See
goes
what it's
through
like.
every day. Two, maybe smuggle some of her fortune or send them to my parents or my family. And three, I want to call her sisters bitches.
Oh my gosh. Do they call each other that a lot?
I feel like when they're mad, yeah. Or just
That is
like,
hilarious.
just it would be hilarious to call Courtney, oh my god, you bitch, just get away from me.
You want to be on the show. You want to be there when they're filming.
Uh, if it was like a filming day, I would. But then I would be like, oh my god, Kim's like MIA. We're gonna look for her, and then they never find me.
That,
Yeah,
my gosh, that.
yeah. So
I mean, she would return to her body
yeah, yeah, yeah,
after the day, right? Okay.
yeah,
She
yeah.
just
But
wouldn't remember, I guess.
she'd better not. But then like,
She's like, I had the weirdest dream.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So which of these three things you would give up if you ever had to? Money, gaming, or love?
Hmm. Definitely, I would not give up love. I would give
Interesting.
up gaming.
Okay.
Because I'm very dedicated to trying to build generational wealth for people who come after me in my family.
Mm-hmm.
So they can enjoy gaming. I'll be the workhorse and give up gaming.
Okay.
I just watch people game. That's fine. I was doing that anyways.
Well, yeah.
So unless I can't watch people game, unless I just have
No, no,
to.
no. Like gaming yourself, not watching other people doesn't like count as like giving up. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll give up gaming.
Okay.
Love is important,
Of course.
I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
Haven't experienced it for the last like as a relationship. I mean, for the last like 4 years, but it'll come one day.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while for me too, but self-love is super. I can't give that up, you know.
of
I'm
course,
still working on it.
of course, of course, of course. So something you always wanted to learn but didn't find time for.
Architecture.
Is there like a specific branch of it, like interior, like structural?
I've learned a bit of interior design and architecture, but more like I guess closer to engineering. I'd say,
Okay.
structural engineering.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So using one or two
Oh,
words. Oh yeah. What?
Another thing, Earth and Planetary Sciences.
Earth and oh yeah.
I would love to go back to school for that if I have time in the future, and just maybe make that a tertiary job. Once I get bored with everything else that I do, and just go back to that and maybe work at a planetarium or observatory or something and teach others about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Using just one or two words, how would you describe 2023?
Oh man. Well, the word I thought of, I don't think I can use.
You can. Mine is fuck off. So if it's like a swear word, just use it.
It was a swear word. It was a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that counts. It's okay.
But I think opportunity is a good one, because it was not great, but it gave me the opportunity to figure out how to make this year better than last year.
Okay, yeah. So, what is your favorite drink ever?
Water comes to mind, but I don't drink alcohol or anything. I drink it very, 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 very rarely.
Like occasionally.
I had one drink in the past 5 years.
Okay.
And I had that this year.
Okay.
And I drank half of the drink. So
that's good.
I think I love apple juice so much, but it's so sugar filled. So I try not to have it too much, but that's my favorite drink.
Have you tried it naturally made?
I have, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also like mixing sparkling water with apple juice.
Oh my god, yes, I love anything sparkling.
Yeah, it's very good.
We have like a local company here that makes apple flavored sparkling water. It is so good.
What's the brand?
It's a weird name, but it's RIM, like Rim, but here we say it Reem. So because it's like more, the I here is more like the E for us. Yeah, so it's like it's yeah.
It looks like it's, well, when I typed it in, I got Topo Chico.
No,
so maybe they're the same company.
Like put in water next to it, like Rim water.
Yeah, I put Rim sparkling water. Okay, I went to their website.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe Topo Chico's like, if anybody Googles this, we want to come up.
Fair enough.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So the last question we have is, what are some of your plans for 2024? Not necessarily for streaming.
Some of my plans are to get in shape, to save money, to go camping, possibly get a car, because I don't have a car right now.
Yeah.
And to focus on my mental and physical health and prioritize that over my job.
Okay.
To really be dedicated to my job, but to be more dedicated to myself.
Okay.
So
yeah.
And also to travel. I would like to go. I've never been out of the country, so I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise or anything. I've never been on a vacation outside of my very first vacation that I went on last year.
I've been to 3 places so far. Turkey twice, one time Cyprus, and once Ukraine in 2019.
Yeah, I would love to just go somewhere else. Even Mexico or Canada, since they're right there. But in the United States, it's such a journey to get anywhere, even just between states.
I know that. Yeah. That's the only thing I'm dreading, which because we're like a very, very, very tiny. Like I think we don't even make up a county, because that's how tiny we are. Like you can get from the south to the north of the country, and like without traffic, in easily about like between 5 or 4 hours, or 5 hours, like tops, with no stops, no nothing, no traffic.
Wow, that's that would definitely be bigger than a county, but that is that's probably like the size of one of the states.
Let's see. It's very small. That's what she said.
10,400. I hope not. Oh, Connecticut is wait. Oh no, Lebanon is 2/3 the size of Connecticut.
Yep.
That is very small.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's like a metropolitan area
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
size.
Yeah. So that's about all the time we have. Thank you so much, D,
thank
for having made time for this. I said we're not going to talk about mental health because like I wanted because I asked him first like, do you want to talk about anything? He's like, I'm down if it comes up, but then I'm like, let's keep it
We're
a
not gonna
chill
force it,
episode. Yeah, we're
right?
not going to force it if it's like I don't want it to be. I'm sorry for using this term. I don't want it to be like a forced fart. So.
A forced fart. Oh my gosh, those are dangerous.
Yeah,
because you
and
never
deadly.
know what comes with it.
And deadly.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you so much.
So yeah, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for the conversation. I really appreciate it. It was it was very fun. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it myself. And guys, do go check him out. His Twitch handle it's gonna be the name of the episode, Dthoma5, like DTHOMA5. Go check him out on Twitch.
So creative.
Everybody's so creative.
Yeah, everyone's so. Oh, you know that person too. Yeah, everyone's so creative.
It's become a meme. So
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go check
Thank
him
you so
out.
much.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. I've had your friend on the show before. I've had Left Click to Hit, and I've asked Papa J-Dub, but he's like very busy right now. So
Yeah, he's raising a child.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, but you do know Jay Quillen as well.
I do.
Yeah,
Quill is awesome.
Quill is awesome. She
You
was.
mod for Quill.
I mod for Quill, of course, and she's gonna be on episode 20, which was since you're on episode 26, I think. So she was like episode 5 episodes before you, 21. So yeah. But
that's awesome.
yeah. So go check him out.
I'm honored to
But
be a part of the group.
I'm very happy. Like anybody who streams, anybody who like doesn't mind, even if like I just like got to meet him, even if we raided into him and he's like eager to do it, I'm down for it. There's a lot of people I haven't spoken to since like last year or maybe even longer that I want to like just try get in contact with them again. So I don't know how to do it, but I'll try.
Yeah, it'll happen when the time is right. And
Yeah,
if, I think you got a good
Yeah.
thing going here.
I hope so. And
a
if
lot
people
of people like you. So.
and if people stop like misunderstanding and like if I stop losing people, I hope not. But like yeah,
yeah,
but
I mean, hopefully, you're not doing anything like offensive or anything.
no, it's just like miscommunication from my impulsivity and those, and like I overdo stuff
Well, that's
sometimes.
the-
Yeah,
the grace comes in. There are some people who will not be prepared to offer grace to others. They're probably not also prepared to do that for themselves. So
Yeah.
I think it also
Yeah.
comes, it ends up being a thing of like, are you both in the right space to
Yeah.
handle this interaction right
Yeah.
now? So
Yeah, a miscommunication, like lack of communication as well, because between Quill and I, there's so much communication. She's like, "Oh, you've overdone this part, or maybe like do less of this, do more of this." There's always communication, but I've been a victim of like unfairness a lot before, and I've said it a lot. I'm not gonna like speak about it again because I don't want to, but like. There was no communication. People just like decide to, oh yeah, no, now you're out of my life. Now you're not a mod. Now you're not like this. Now you're not like that. Oh, you did this? That just, it's like go fuck yourself from them. But like,
that's perfect. That's a great way of saying that, because that's happened to me a couple of times through Twitch. And
yeah,
I'm like, wow, that hurts. Like I would love to at least know what led to that decision.
same.
Even
I
if
even
there's no repairing, just like so I know.
yeah, even I even said it like I kind of know body language and I know like sixth sense. I can tell if you're uncomfortable from what I said, and I would like talk it talk it up with you later on if it's like if you're available for that, if you don't mind, if you're not gonna be like a dick about it. And I'm always open like to communication, but like just know how to communicate with others. Just don't take decisions, don't assume stuff if you don't know the person very well, no matter how long you've been in their life. I'm not gonna say you've known them, because apparently 2 years and then I'm gone, so yeah, doesn't matter.
There's a very ephemeral quality to things in life.
Yeah.
Not just on Twitch, but it's hard to come to terms with, especially
Yeah.
when it's abrupt.
Yeah.
So
all right, so basically that sums up everything. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.